Hi, today we're going to talk about how to find the rules of exponential graph and log graph based on the information given to you. So let's go over a few examples here. They already give me the general form. This is exponential, right? And they ask you to find A and B. And you know, A is the base, A is 2.7, roughly for reference. Now they give you the 0.06 and 322. They didn't give you the asymptote. What can you do with this point? You can substitute that in and solving simultaneously for A and B. So let's start it with 0 and 6. So if I sub 0 and 6 in, 0 for x, 6 for y into this equation here, I will have 6 equal A times a to the power of 0 plus b. A to the power of 0 give you 1. So you would end up having 6 equal A times 1 plus b. We have A plus b equals 6. So you have one equation so far from substitution of a point. Then you do the same thing for the other point, which is 322. So I do the same thing. I sub it in. Y is 22 and x is 3. So I have 22 equal A times A to the power of 3 plus B, right? Um, which means A to the power of 3 is just a constant, 2.7 to the power of 3. I don't know what that is, but I can rewrite this as E3A. I put the coefficient in the front plus B equal 22. So this is my second equation, as you can see. From here, I can solve simultaneously for A and B. All right. So let me just write this out and we start solving simultaneously. So let's say this is equation one, this is equation two. If we want to solve for B, they both have B, we're going to take away them to get rid of B. So equation one minus equation two, B and B will cancel out. You will have A minus E3A equal 6 minus 22, which is negative 16. Now, A and A, you're going to factorize the A, so you will have 1 minus E3 equal negative 16. You will have A equal, you're going to divide 1 minus E3 to the other side, so negative 16 divided by 1 minus E3. To make this nicer, you can write 16, so turn on just positive, and then change these around. 1 minus E3, change this as E3 minus 1. Okay, then once you find the A value, then what you do, you sub it back in either equation, you can solve for B. So probably the equation one is easy. Don't want to do that. So I sub A in, so I have A plus B equals 6. A is what I just found here, so I'm going to replace A as 16. Sorry, just do it here. So I have 16 over E3 minus 1. That's A plus B. That's give me equals 6. I solve for B, so I bring the whole fraction over here. So I will have B equals 6 minus 16 on E3 minus 1. Now to make the same denominator, you're going to make this over 1 here, and you're going to times by E3 minus 1 on the top. Okay, so we have B equal, the denominator will be E3 minus 1, and the top you would have 6E3, if you expand it out, 6 times 1 equals 6, so minus 6 minus 16. So you would have 6E3 minus 22 over E3 minus 1. That's how you get A and B. Now, we do now this time we do another example, but this time we have log equation instead. They did not give me the asymptote, so I count by the B value if I didn't know the asymptote. But they give me the point, so I do the same thing. I substitute the point, so phi 0. So phi x and y is 0. So we have 0 equal a times log a of x is 5 plus b. Okay. 0 over I, if you simplify this, if you divide it by I to the other side, this technically is still 0. So 0 equal log A of 5 plus B. Opposite of it, log A is exponential. So exponential on both sides, you will have A to the power of 0 equal 1, 1 equal 5 plus B, minus 5 over, you get B equal negative 4. That's how you get the S technically here, the asymptote, which is 4, as you can see. Now, I do the same thing for the other point. I have A and 1. So I do A and 1, A x and 1 is y. I sub it back in the equation again. So I have 1 equal A times log B of 8 plus B. And I know B is negative 4. So I just change the B to negative 4. Okay. So 1 equal A times log A of A plus negative 4 is 4. Then to solve for A, I just need to, this is hand, so I just need to move this over by dividing. So 1 over log A of 4 equal A. So you have A equal that and B equal negative 4. Here is pretty much the same thing, but they different in the way we solve it. Here they give you the general form, they give you a point, y equals 6 and t equal 1. So the point is 1 and 6. T comes first, y comes second. Same thing here, y equal a and t equal 2. 2 come first, a come later. So I sub it in, okay? So let's do 1 and 6. If I do 1 and 6, I sub t for 1, y for 6. I have 6 equal a times a to the power of b times 1, which is 6 equal a times a to the power of b. That's one equation. Then I do the same thing for this point, 2 and 8. If I sub it in, I would have a equal a times a to the power of b times 2. I will have 8 equal a times a to the power of 2b. So this is my second equation, right? Now, if you look carefully, you solving simultaneously for A and B. And because there are times here, and I can eliminate the A if I just divide them. If I divide them, the A will disappear, and I can solve for B. So let's call this equation 1 and this equation 2, okay? Because if I look at this, number 8 is bigger than number 6, 2b bigger than b. So I do 2 divided by 1. Okay, it's easy if you do bigger divided by smaller. So equation 2 divided by equation 1. So I have 8 here divided by 6 equal. This equation for 2 is a times a to b divided by a times eb, like that. So you see a and I will get cancel themselves out. A over 6 is 4 over 3 equal. Now, a to the power of 2b divided by a to the power of b, we would take away the power. 2b minus 1b is 1b. All right. Then I solve for b. I need to get rid of a. And opposite of a is you log a. So you think about you put the log a on both sides like that. You would have b equal you have b equal log a of 4j. Okay. Now to solve for a, now I got b, I just need to find a. So I sub back into one of these equations. Equation 1 is probably easier to do. So I have 6 equal a times a to the power of b, and b is this log a of 4 over 3. So a times a to the power of log a of 4 and 3. A to the power of log a, we can cancel them now, which we left 6 equal a times 4 over 3. And opposite of time by 4 over 3 is times by 3 over 4 on the other side. So you will have 6 times 3 over 4 equal 8. 6 is 6 over 1. 6 times 3, 18 divided by 4. You will have 9 over 2 equal 8. All right. Here we do another example, which is a bit more challenging, but like pretty much the same concept. Here they give you 2 points, so same thing you can substitute in. But here you don't know A, B, C, so 3 variable. But they do give you the asymptote x equal 1. If you watch the previous video, we talk about the asymptote for log is whatever that equals 0. So if x equal 1, if you think about the asymptote here is if you let x minus b equal 0, you would have the asymptote is x equal b, right? And they tell you the asymptote is x equal 1. So for sure, 1 is technically b. So we know the b value will be 1. Okay. Then our next step is we're going to sub the point in so we can solve for A and C. So let's do the first point. I have 3 and 10s. So I would have 10s equal A times log A of 3 minus B equal 1 plus C. Log A of 3 minus 1, 3 minus 1 is 2. You have 10 equal A times log A of 2, and then plus C. All right. Think about log A of 2 is just a constant, a number that you don't know, but you know it's in irrational format. All right. Same thing I do 5 and 12. If I do 5 and 12, I would have 12 equal A times log A of 5 minus 1 plus C. So we have 12 equal A log A of 4 plus C. Okay, so this is my second equation. Now, once you've done that, you're going to solve for A and C simultaneously. So you have plus C plus C. I know if I take away them, the C will go away. Now, because 12 is bigger than 10, so I will do the right-hand side equation, take away the left-hand side. So let's call this 2 and 1. So I will do equation 2 minus equation 1, okay? So 12 minus 10 give you 2. C and C will get rid of themselves. A log A of 4, I write again, take away A log A of 2, right? Then from here I can solve for A. So if I factorize, I take the A as common factor, I will have log A of 4 minus log A of 2. Okay, log A of 4 minus log A of 2 is a log rule. We will have log A of 4 divided by 2, which is 2. So I can write that as 2. 2 equal A times log A of 2. You will have, so divide this over. So you will have 2 over log A of 2 equal A. Once I solve for A, I can substitute back into other equation. I can solve for C. All right, so I will have, let's do the first equation here. So I have 10 equal A is this. So 2 on log A of 2, and then times by log A of 2 plus C. So log E of 2 cancels out with log E of 2, so you will have 10 equal 2 plus C. You will have C equal 10 minus 2 is 8. There you go. All right. The last thing I want to talk about is sometimes that gives you a general form, and they do give you the asymptote, and they want you to find the constant based on whatever given. And you will notice the negative indicate the reflection, what which way the shape go. So in this one, the negative is reflection in the x-axis. So the original go like that and it's reflected that way. Okay. One thing is the exponential have vertical asymptote, sorry, horizontal asymptote. So this will be an exponential, whereas log have a vertical asymptote. So it will be log form. And for exponential, y equal to, this is the asymptote, which is the translation of left and right here. So you can see the c is moving up and down. Sorry, the translation up and down. So c will be 2. Whereas log, the asymptote for log will be left and right, which is x equal to is actually affecting the x value. So how much do you move left and right? Okay, so summary exponential is the asymptote is how much you move up and down, and log is the vertical asymptote is how much you move left and right. All right, let's get started. So my first step is I find the C value. So as we say, the asymptote here is C, y equals C, and they tell you y equal 2. So therefore C equal 2. And then they give me a point 0. I can always substitute. So for x, 0, y. So I have 0 equal negative a to the power 4 plus 2. Move the 2 over. So negative 2 equal negative a 4. Negative and negative, you can carry up them both sides. And then to carry up 4, you 4 root the other side. So 4 root of a. Up to, sorry, I go for root 2. Now, because at high school level, you don't do with negative base yet, so you only pick the positive region, positive value, okay? So therefore, the equation will be y equal negative, put a back in, for root of 2 to the power of x plus c equal to. Now, we do the same for this side here. Here is a log. So as we say, asymptote for log is x equal h. Asymptote is x minus h equals 0, x equal h. So they give you x equal 2, therefore h equal 2. Again, they give the point 4 and 0, sub that in. So we have 0 equal negative log a of x is 4 minus h is 2 plus k. So to solve for k, this is negative log a of 2. Just write negative log a of 2 plus k. So to solve for k, we just need to plus log a of 2 to the other side. So k equal log a of 2. Okay, and then you have the equation.